to walk over and say, okay, I see this is getting out of hand. Charles, meet me in my office tomorrow. We'll deal with it. Sit down. No. Oakley got dragged out and he spent a night in jail. And to that point, I do not want to set foot in Madison Square Garden again until that is rectified. And then on top of it, they stink on ice. So Ian O'Connor came out with this story, interviewed James Dolan, and humanized him in many ways that's worthy of humanizing him. And I'm just talking about his ownership and his skills and his way of dealing with customer service. It's dreadful. It stinks. So Ian's going to call in shortly here on the show. Okay? Is that setting it up?
That's a good, summary.
I didn't go all in.
No, you didn't. Nope.
But
Proud of you.
I could have.
Proud of you.
I'm serious. It's like at a dinner party.
Okay, you had it.
No, I'll say this.
We're outside.
At a dinner party. Because people will talk sports with me.
Sure.
Which is just fine. I love it. It's not a problem. I like it. A lot of people go, well, I know you don't want to talk business at work. I'm like, it's not, it is technically business, but it's great. Somebody brings up the Knicks and James Dolan, and Susie will go, oh, don't do that. She'll just roll her eyes and go, uh-oh, here we go. I can't help it. And it can't help that the day that this article comes out, that night, the Knicks lose by 18 at home to, let me get this number right, because it's a single digit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Phoenix Suns have now won 7 games.
Yeah.
6-win Suns coming to Madison Square Garden and dance all over it to the tune of an 18-point win. And I love Fizdale.
Breathe. You got this.
Steve in Virginia's been holding on for a while. Let's go to Steve right now. Thanks for holding on for as long as you did, Steve.
Sure, Rich. Hey, thanks for taking the call, and love you guys. Listen to you guys every day.
Thanks, pal.
So I'm a long-time suffering Browns fan, and I love the fact that you guys are all, jumping on the bandwagon.
Hold on a second, Steve. No, that's that's rife with you're connoting that we were on the Browns bandwagon late. I wasn't on late. We kind of created the Browns bandwagon. No, you know what I mean? We created that damn thing. We'd love this.
Well, hey, I'll give you that. Okay.
Thank you. Steve. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The whole Dolan thing's got me on edge. I shouldn't take it out.
Relax.
Okay. You were definitely wound up before you got me here, so I understand that.
All right, I'm going to take a breath and listen to what you have to say, Steve.
Okay. So with everything going on, and you just had Dean Blandino on, and you're talking rules, and you're talking about what happened last night in the game. Us as Brown fans, we really just feel like the NFL has it out for us, right?
Yeah.
We feel that, the big market teams will always get the calls, and the ones that are in the playoffs, every year will get the calls, and the Browns fans and the small market teams are always going to kind of get screwed. What is your take on the NFL having it out for teams like us? Because if you look at the beginning of the season, we have a handful of games that we should probably have.
The one in Oakland, the one in Oakland, you should have won. There was a horrible spotting of the ball and some phantom penalty on top of it. You have every reason to complain about that. Just like there's a lot of fans that have a lot of reason to. I can say to you, Steve in Virginia, and to whole Browns Nation, with 1,000% certainty, there is no directive. Screw over the Cleveland Browns. Unfortunately, your team has done it on its own self for many, many years, but you've got it right. You've got your guy for the future. Baker Mayfield is truly the right guy. It's all working out, so just soak it in and enjoy it. And I will say this, in the heart of hearts, in a quiet moment, if you asked front office executives, would you like the Cleveland Browns to be not only good, but Super Bowl worthy, they would say yes, 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Okay. Hey, do me one favor before you let me go here?
Sure.
Give your pal Dion
a
hard time for not being on the Browns bandwagon. He has just raked us over the coals on his show, and he's got no love for us. I think he called us a JV team at one point this year. Man, come on. Get all over him for me in Browns Nation, will you, Rich?
On it, Steve. There you go. I'm on it. Dion just loves to troll on the Browns for many good reasons, but I think he really appreciates Baker Mayfield's play and the way that they're playing defensively. I think That's fact, by the way. That is fact. The NFL would love the Cleveland Browns to be good.
Of course.
The fan base to be out front and center, and to see what we saw with the Cleveland Cavaliers and what came close for the Indians. That would be child's play compared to what happens if the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl.
A giant, passionate fan base.
Oh, God. The NFL would sign for that tomorrow, but they're not allowed to sign for anything like that. All right. We had him on when his brilliant Belichick book was published.